with it?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, folks. In the absence of the supervisor, I'll be running the meeting as deputy supervisor. As you can see, we have quite a few folks here from our Boston EMS and also our Boston Fire Company to recognize them. I'd just like to read you something real quick. We're going to get right to the awards for these folks so they don't have to weather out the whole entire meeting. I'm sure they have other things to do. At 4:45 on May 12, 2017, Boston Emergency Squad, along with the Boston Volunteer Fire Company, were dispatched to a call of a 50-year-old male with chest pain and difficulty breathing. While the companies were en route to the call, the patient became full witnessed cardiac arrest. On arrival, the patient had no pulse, and CPR was started and an AED applied, which detected a shock-able rhythm. Shock was delivered to the patient, regained a pulse, and was transported to the hospital, conscious and alert. The patient had surgery to place stents and was released. So this is a very, very serious matter here, and I'd like to call up these individuals to show our recognition for their excellent job. For the Boston EMS members, we have Ken Brown, Bill Kester, Christy Gallagher, Emily Laskowski, Melissa Laskowski, Mike Norton, Don O'Brien, Wendy O'Brien. Come on right in, folks. Okay. I'll let the gate scare you. And from our Boston Volunteer Fire Company, we have Chris Kiefelhaber.
He's absent tonight.
He's absent. All right, thanks, Beth. And Lauren Whitney. Whiting. Sorry, Lauren.
It's all right.
The Boston Emergency Squad, and Boston Fire Company, I'd like to present these certificates for you for your excellent work in Lexington. Oops, okay. Bend down, please.
Sure.
And as Chief of the Boston Fire Company, I'd like to present Lauren with her certificate. Unfortunately, Chris couldn't make it tonight.
Folks, let's give him another round of applause.
Okay. Thank you.
May I add one thing? On a personal experience, I have a Boston EMS and Boston Fire Company. I mean, all our emergency services out here are, I can't even say enough. But I mean, Lauren was on call at my house also, and all you were, and it's just amazing. And to think I taught these two little girls religion, Mary and I, they're out there saving lives.
Thank you, folks, for taking time out of your day. You recognize we appreciate everything you do.
I might think I got it. Feel like getting my back.
Okay, folks, we have a couple other preliminary matters here that did make agenda that we'd like to get taken care of. I turn the floor over to Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Supervisor. Yes, first preliminary matter is a application for the use of facility by the Boston Youth Soccer League, asking for the date of 10/7/17, times between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. It's the end of their year picnic. They're asking for the town hall community room. They will not be serving alcohol. It is a private party. It is not a special event for the public. I would like to, the date is available, and I would like to make a motion that we approve this, barring that we have received their check. Or do we need that for, no, we don't because it's used. Yeah, okay. I would like to make a motion to approve this use of facility.
Second?
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardway?
Yes.
Carried.
Also, under preliminary matters, another use of facility application for Girl Scout Troop 30525. They are asking for 2 Fridays a month. They don't specify which Fridays. Their meetings, their monthly meetings. They're asking for the community room without the kitchen. They will not be serving alcohol to the Girl Scouts, that's good. It is not a private party and it's not a public special event. I have been informed that these dates are available, so I'd like to make a motion to approve that use of facility.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardway?
Yes.
Carried.
I do not.
Nope. I did this one. Okay, good. Thank you, Councilman. We have one other thing under preliminary matters. I'm going to make a motion to accept the schedule for the tentative 2018 budget as follows. September 15th, the deadline for budget requests. September 5th through the 22nd, meetings with the department heads as requested. October 4th is review the proposed budgets by town board. October 18th, the preliminary budget submitted to the public. And on November 1st or the 15th, the adoption of the final budget. Do I have a second to approve this
Second.
schedule?
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardway?
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 2, regular business. Correction and adoption of minutes from August 2nd to 2017. Councilman Boardway.
And thank you, Mr. Deputy Supervisor. We've had the opportunity to review the minutes from our August 2nd, 2017 meeting. They require no changes, additions, or deletions. It's actually refreshing to see such thorough minutes. Move they be adopted.
Second?
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Abstain as I was not present for that meeting.
Councilman Boardway?
Yes.
Carried.
The second item under regular business is consideration of all fund bills. Councilman Keating?
Yes, thank you. I have 2 fund bills to approve tonight. The first one is Journal A is in Alpha, P is in Paul, 352, totaling $21,086.49. Make a motion to approve those bills.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardway?
Yes.
Carried.
The second journal is A is in Alpha, P is in Paul, 354. Total fund bills totaling $164,694.86. Make a motion to approve those bills.
And second that also.
Councilman Munger?
Abstain?
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Boardway?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Carried.
Thank you. Item number 3 is correspondence. First item received a agricultural district annual enrollment period. What this is, folks, County of Erie Department of Environmental Planning has asked anybody to come forward that would like their landowner interested in agricultural assessment. May be interested in enrolling in an agricultural district at this time. We encourage you to provide the information to our town assessor. Our second item is a letter of engagement to retain Corey Arbach from Barclay and Damon LLP. What this, folks, is the attorney that was hired by the town to review the multi-use project that's proposed for the land across from the Tim Hortons. I make a motion for the supervisor to sign this retainer agreement.
And I'll second that.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardman?
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, folks, three other correspondence: appointment of Jennifer Kane to Boston EMS, the appointment of Kristen Kane to Boston EMS, and the appointment of Joseph Gallery to Boston EMS. Those appointments are done by Boston EMS. We just received and filed the request. We move down to item number 4, new business, and appointment of Renee Sapirski. Hope I'm not beating that up too much. To the Conservation Advisory Council. I refer that to Councilman Keating.
Yes, thank you. I received a letter from Renee Sapirski. You did pronounce the name correctly. She sent a letter to the Conservation Advisory Council seeking the intent to join that council, and I'd like to make a motion to appoint Renee. And her term will last through March 1st, 2019.
Second?
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardman?
Yes.
Carried.
Thank you. Next item is appointment of Frank Laskowski to the Board of Assessment Review. I refer that to Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Supervisor. Yes, I would like to make a motion that we reappoint Mr. Frank Laskowski to the Board of Advisement, term expiring September 30th, 2021.
And I'll second that.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardman?
Yes.
Carried.
Thank you. Next item is approval to retain outside counsel for CBS Article 7 petition. What this is, folks, our assessor had asked us to hire outside attorney to do the negotiations. CBS has filed an Article 78 to reduce their taxes by a substantial amount. We'd like an expert in this type of law to handle this, and also our assessor will be in charge of the negotiations for that Article 78. So I make a motion to retain outside counsel.
Second?
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardman?
Yes.
Carried.
Thank you. The next is application for use of facility. I refer that to Councilman Keating.
Yes, thank you again. So I have a use facility that I'm submitting on between myself and on behalf of the Erie County Sheriff's Department. They're looking to have an open house here at the town hall utilizing the line shelter on not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, September 16th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The intent was to essentially celebrate the installation of the used drug drop boxes and for the syringe drop boxes. Plus, they also wanted to do a child safety seat check. They wanted to bring in and do child IDs. They're going to also bring in their mounted unit and possibly their SWAT team vehicle. Kind of starting to get an open house for the sheriff's unit. And I did check to see and make sure that those dates are available. There will be no alcohol. Again, we're using the line shelter in the town park grounds, and make a motion to approve that use facility.
Second.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Boardman?
Yes.
Carried.
Thank you. Last item on new business is Resolution 2017-07, the Belcher Road speed reduction. I refer that to Councilman Boardman.
And thank you, Mr. Deputy Supervisor. This is a speed reduction that the town had put a request in for back. Started at the end of last year, formal request went out earlier this year. We finally received correspondence from the Department of Transportation dated August 17, 2017. As a follow-up to their May 1st, 2017 letter, they've yet to receive any follow-up information request for a reduced speed limit on Belcher Road. Based on the data collected and the speed zone evaluation criteria, the Department of Transportation has determined that a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit would be appropriate. A portion of the Belcher Road area represents a municipal boundary, and approval is needed from both North Collins and the town of Boston. At this point in time, we are in agreement with the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. We've also learned that the town of North Collins has also now agreed to the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. So at this point in time, just simply making a motion that the town of Boston is requesting the town attorney to put together for us a resolution formally reducing the speed limit on Belcher Road to 40 miles an hour pursuant to the August 17, 2017 letter from the Department of Transportation. I need a second on that.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel.
Yes.
Councilman Keating,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway,
Yes.
carried.
Thank you. Item number 5 is old business. We have a mixed-use project on Boston State Road. Late last week, we received a plan that took the information from the public hearing and the public, and the comments that the public had and concerns, and the applicant had changed the plan to mitigate some of those issues. We've been advised by our town attorney that we should refer this to the planning board due to these changes, because we want to make sure everything's done by the book. So I make a motion to refer this to the planning board for their review.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel.
Yes.
Councilman Keating,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway.
Just if I may, just a brief question. Are, we're going to refer that to the planning board, or are we going to wait until the applicant has submitted the full package? My understanding from the applicant presented earlier this evening is we're possibly going to wait for the full package before we decided if it was going to refer.
Well, no, we were deciding the full package, but, you know, we can refer it down at this meeting, and, you know, when the full package comes in, the full package goes down to the planning board.
Okay.
You just want the planning board to take a look at the entire thing. I mean, I don't know what he intends to include in the package. I assume it's an amendment, a further amendment to the map which he provided to us tonight. I have not seen the full package, but I assume it will include a letter of explanation.
Okay. At this point, I vote no to this particular request. I do not necessarily agree that that full project has to go back before the planning board.
Why is that?
It still carries.
Carried.
Thank you. Item number 2, under old business, is the wireless tower. The fire company's Boston EMS has requested a tower be put down by the highway superintendent's building down there. We have received the contract, we have received some mapping issues, maps with that. This also, we've been advised to refer this to the planning board due to the fact it is a tower, and we do have code that involves towers. And we'd also like the highway superintendent to give us his take on it too, with the planning board, so we got his opinion. So I make a motion to refer this to the planning board.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes,
Councilman Keating,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway,
Yes.
thank you.
carried.
Item number 3 is a football press box. During the last month, at the last meeting, we had voted to let our town engineer design a new press box for Boston Little League football. He did that, we did that. We went down and looked at the site yesterday. Football has said they want it in the same position. Well, we're gonna move it a little bit downhill because we want to avoid a memorial tree. So he put together a real nice plan. So at this point, he's making a few tweaks, changes to what side the doors are on, and setting some elevations. And we'll go back to the contractors and show them these changes to get that bid out here within the next month. So that item, I make a motion to table that until we have the prices from the contractors.
Second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Councilman Keating,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway,
Yes.
carried.
Item number 4, reports and presentations. The supervisor did not leave me with a report, so I have nothing. I go to Councilman Munger.
Yes, from our town clerk, I have a report that says we have still not received the online test to become a licensing issuing agent. Representative Mitch Martin from Senator Pat Gallivan's office has contacted the DEC, and they have told him that hopefully early in September that will happen. I do have a sentence with an exclamation point, so if I don't put enough emphasis on this, it is already early September. We sincerely apologize and hope that this issue is resolved soon. I am sure that you have noticed that the chairs in our courtroom are now bound together. The reason being our town's insurance carrier has come to perform an annual inspection, and because it is a courtroom and loose chairs can be used as weapons, we had to secure them together to comply with the New York State law. So respectfully submitted, Don Bonsall, Town Clerk, thank you. And on a personal note, I have nothing to report tonight.
Thank you, Councilman. Highway Superintendent, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Jumped over there, Bob.
The past month, the highway workers, we've been doing some paving work up on Rice Road between Back Creek and West Dillon. It's coming along pretty well. It's much better than it ever was, so it's good. Other than that, we've been doing drainage work on Maple Lawn and Meadowbrook. We had to put a 5-foot culvert under the road and build a new head wall for it, and that turned out really well too. Plus, up on Boston Crossroad by Velma Powerings, we installed a new pipe from the receiver by the road up to where we built a new head wall. We built a new trash rack to hopefully stop the debris from plugging up the pipe. We built a gravel dam up there, the first of like many that we'd like to put up through there once we finally get an easement to go off the right of way to do the work. So hopefully if we get the easement, we can continue it up and hopefully it'll prevent the flooding from up on Boston Crossroad. Other than that, brush pickup's going on this month. We've been out this week and we'll be out for the next week or two. Then we got some shoulder work to do. Then brush pickup starts again on October 1st. So get your brush out by October 1st. Anybody looking for brush for wood chips? Not brush, wood chips. We got a lot of wood chips that give, so that, and we still have some fill available. And come October, when we start picking up leaves, we'll have leaves if anybody's interested. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Highway Superintendent Taylor. Chandra?
No, I don't have anything further questions.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Wardway?
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Supervisor. The town attorney is very modest. He sits there, he tells you he's got nothing for you. This gentleman's a master of ceremonies. Don't let him kid you. He's juggling multiple attorneys, multiple lawsuits. We've had meetings downtown. We've done all kinds of crazy things. Michael's probably the hardest working guy behind the scenes in this town, so do not let him be modest. Other than that, I have nothing personally for myself. Thank you, Mr. Deputy.
Thank you, Councilman Wardway. Councilman Keating?
Yes, thank you, Deputy Supervisor. A couple things that I wanted to bring up in regards to solid waste. The solid waste contract is coming up for negotiation. One of the things I will probably be looking at for some feedback from the community is whether or not we want to go to totes. Right now, there's a couple options for totes. I've been discussing this with Waste Management. Obviously, the solid waste contract will go out to the competitive bidding process for 2 different vendors. But I have had quite a few people in our community ask for either the large totes for their solid waste and or for recycling. One way would be obviously to tack it onto the tax roll, which would mean that those totes would remain with your house. So if you were to sell your house or move out of the area, those totes would stay with the property. Or option B would be for you to pay for them out of your own pocket. Obviously, if you move, you can take that larger wheeled tote with you. So if you've been through Orchard Park, Cheektowaga, other communities, even Hamburg, you have those larger totes. That is something that, like I said, there's an ask for it. I'm going to get pricing, and hopefully in some upcoming meetings, I'll have the price points for you, and we can spread the word and see how we want to move forward in regards to the totes. In regards to the Conservation Advisory Council, we are going to be having probably our last Adopt a Highway cleanup event this coming Saturday the 9th. So we'll see a bunch of people out walking up and down the 219, so just kind of be cautious when you're out there driving around. And then their next meeting this month on September 13th will be canceled due to lack of agenda items. And above my liaison appointments, I just want to let everybody know that there was a FEMA class. It's a CERT training, which is Community Emergency Response Team. Something that I put together. I worked with the North Boston Fire Department to bring that into our community. We actually had 12 people sign up for it, which is almost ideal for the class. I like to keep the class sizes around 15. But I did have a lot of people approach me when I was discussing the class. So that will actually start tomorrow night. I plan on being there tomorrow night to kind of, have a few words, thank everybody for coming out and showing an interest, and that will run until the first week of October. And the only other follow-up that I have is in regards to Erie County Sheriff's open house. Like I said, that was something that started small with those drop boxes for the used prescriptions and syringes, and really kind of took off. One of the deputies down there really wanted to do something for our community, wanted to work with me on that, and like I said, hopefully it can be a really nice event, presuming the weather holds out for all of us. And that is all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. I have one other thing. Is the gentleman here, the Timmy lead? Ruth?
Maybe out in the hall.
Did he want to speak?
I I don't know if they stayed or not.
All right. All right, well, I should have given him the opportunity to speak earlier in the meeting. He has since left us, but our prayers are with him for a full recovery. At that point, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Councilman Munger?
Yes?
Councilman Genzel?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Councilman Blumway?
Yes.
It does go back to the planning board. I got lost. Shouldn't we have clarified that? I didn't, I couldn't understand.
Yeah, because he thinks it's the same plan, that they don't have to go through the hearing again.
Yes, they agree.
You know, the plan is on the wall here, right?
I'd like to ask.
Jason or...
Sure.
I think that's it.